If you tell me if I save that dollar, it's going to make me $416 in 50 years, I'm going to go, really? I don't care. Like $416 is not going to move the needle. If that's going to be make or break for me in 50 years, I got more things to be concerned about. Hello and welcome to Pillars of Wealth Creation, where we talk about creating financial success with a special focus on business and real estate. I'm your host, Todd Dexheimer. Now, let's get to it. Hey, real quick before we get started, first of all, I wanted to thank everybody for joining us on the show and for listening. To all my loyal listeners, I really appreciate you, continuing to listen and support the show. If you can go on to iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, wherever you listen and subscribe to the show, that would be fantastic. Spread the word too. I'd love to, have this reach more and more people. So if you could share it on social media or and just talk about it to other people, that would be fantastic. And the last thing is if you can go onto iTunes and give us a rating review, hopefully 5 stars. That would be great as well. It just helps us spread the word more, and it helps us continue to get really good guests on the show. We've had some fantastic guests, and I just want to be able to continue to bring fantastic value to you. Go onto our Facebook page too, Pillars of Wealth Facebook page, and I'd like to hear from you as a listener of what you're doing in business, what you've got going on, what you are maybe struggling with or being successful with, and then what we can do on the show to help push you to that next level. Maybe questions we can ask our guests, maybe guests that we can get on the show to talk about certain topics, certain things that are really you're needing some extra support with. So provide for us some feedback on Facebook, and you can also share this out on social media. That would be fantastic as well. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being a either new listener or a loyal listener. I definitely appreciate it, and we will get started with the show.
Welcome back to another edition of Hump Day Hustle, the show where we focus on business and real estate as our core pillars of wealth creation. My name is John Stiles with Bridge Realty, and I'm excited for another great episode. Today, we're going to be talking about the compounding effect of saving $1 versus spending $1. And so with that, here's our host, Todd Dexheimer. Todd, how are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic, John. How are you?
Doing great. Anything new and exciting in your world?
Nothing too wild and crazy. I just got back from a ski trip, which was a lot of fun. It's always a blast to go skiing and get away a little bit. And of course, when there's fresh powder, that's even better, right? At least for those who ski, it's even better. So I want to go back skiing right now. I wish I could go back tomorrow, but hey, I gotta, kind of take care of business and stay into reality mode a little bit.
Yep. Well, that's always nice to get away and enjoy that time there.
Yeah, it was good to get away and then come back, see my kids, and it's always fun seeing the reaction when I come back. And I got back a little. I was planning on getting back during the morning and get them on the bus, but I wasn't able to. So I got to see them come off the bus, and it's pretty fun though when the kids come home, and they jump on you and tackle you and stuff. So that's always a blast too. And then of course, we had just got done with Easter, so able to spend some time with family. That was always fun.
For sure.
Cool.
Yep.
How about yourself, John?
Yeah, nothing too crazy. Easter was great just to get away for a little bit, and I didn't go as far as you did. I went to St. Cloud and have some family
wild times.
So yeah, great to spend time with the family. And then we're recording this on a Monday, and I had a closing today, so that's a great way to start off the week. Should be a great week.
Awesome.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, that's always perfect though. It's nice to start the week off strong. And, if you can start the week off strong, oftentimes that's just that little snowball effect too. So
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I guess for me, the only other thing I've been doing is trying to set up. I've been trying to be intentional and purposeful about um, setting up more connections, and so I've been trying to do more meetups. I was in San Francisco and Los Angeles, 2 weeks ago now, and I did a couple meetups there when I was in town. Wanted to meet a lot. I've got a decent amount of investors in that area, so I wanted to meet with them, and so since then I've been trying to be very intentional on the meetings and meetups that I go to. So right now I'm trying to schedule a minimum of one every month for the remainder of the year that I speak at. I do some sort of, I'm either on a panel or I'm speaking at something like that. So just trying to be intentional about that and getting not only educating people, but getting myself out there a little bit more and help build relationships. It's always a little bit easier when you can become the expert on stage and it makes other people want to connect with you. So it's maybe my selfish way of making it easy to connect with people, but also trying to add value to them as well. There's a lot of people, hopefully, that have interest in what I'm saying when I'm up on stage. So, and then of course, the other thing that you and I are working on, along with a couple other people, is the real estate conference called the North Star Real Estate Conference, and that'll be coming up. I think it's September 20 and 21st in the Twin Cities. So anybody that's listening, mark that on your calendars. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have a ton of great speakers. We're getting those lined up right now. There's a lot of details to get lined up. I know, John, you've been busting your butt at trying to get a venue site lined up, which it sounds like it's been definitely a challenge.
Yeah, next it'll be great once we get this done, this first one done, then we can just go ahead and schedule out the next one like a year in advance, and then we won't have all sorts of weddings and other things to conflict with. But but yeah, we'll
Yeah.
find something here soon enough.
Well, and that's probably the biggest challenge. Is that what you're running into? Just a lot of stuff scheduled.
Yep, just a lot of other people and events already have books, places booked up.
Yeah.
We just have to find the right place, and um,
Well,
yeah,
we're in the Twin Cities, right? So everybody wants to book something between, May and September, because that's the only time it's bearable to be in the state.
I think
And
weddings are popular in the fall.
yeah, weddings are popular in the spring, the fall, and even the summer. And that's the same reason why our conference we want to do it in September is because we want to allow people from out of state to want to come here, and nobody wants to come here in January or December or any other month that is the last quarter of the year or the first quarter of the year. So we got about 6 months to work with.
Yeah, but I'm not too worried. We'll find something. So.
Yeah. Well, hey, we're going to take a quick break, and I want to mention a few things. First of all, I've been doing some coaching, and I want to continue to kind of expand that slowly and take on a few clients. And up until recently, I didn't really believe in coaching and taking courses and stuff like that. But I recently, or I shouldn't say recently, it's been a few years now, hired a coach and saw immediate results and have been very happy with it, and decided, as my teaching background, I wanted to do some coaching myself and help other people get the results that I was able to achieve. And so if you're at that point where you think that's the spot for you, or maybe you just want to explore if it's right for you, reach out to me. I'd have a free discovery call with you. We want to make sure that it is the right step for you to take. There might be other things that you can do to get success, and coaching might not be it. But let's have that discovery call to find out if that is the step that you need to take. So it can really make a major impact in your business and get you to that next level. The other thing is John Stiles. He's on this show every single week with me on the Hump Day Hustle. And John Stiles is a real estate agent in Minnesota, and he will help you find a good investment property. John is very knowledgeable and can help you find an investment property. It can also help you sell your investment property. So reach out to John Stiles with Bridge Realty and connect with him. He'll also, consult with you and make sure you guys are the right fit. So give him a call if you're in Minnesota. Reach out to him. He'd love to help as well. Back to the show. Cool. Let's get on to our topic, which is talking about the value of $1 today.
Yeah, I mean, we all have the option when we have that dollar in our wallet. Are we going to spend it? Are we going to save it? Are we going to invest it? So it's important to understand, the compounding effect, what that can be worth today versus tomorrow.
Yep. Yeah. And, simply put, $1 today isn't going to make or break you. Right. So if I just spend $1 today that I otherwise could have kept and I spend it on a candy bar or whatever I spend it on, it's not going to financially break me. But the important thing to think about is not necessarily that just $1 transaction. It's that it's over and over and over again. A lot of people go, well, it's just $10. It's just $50. It's just $100. And that mindset just continues and continues to grow as you start to make more and more money or start to have more and more money. It's just, I'm going to go get that Starbucks, coffee. It's just $5 or whatever it costs. I don't even know because I don't drink coffee. I know that's like crazy, but people will go, okay, I'm just going to do that. Well, they do that. So that's $5 a day, every day for how many years, so, and then they got the gym membership and then they got this and then they got that. And I'm not telling people not to enjoy yourself, but once we start really adding all that stuff up and we go, holy crap, I could have, instead of spending, now I'm spending an extra $100 a day or a month. Now what's that add up to? And so that's where the compound effect really takes place. Now, we looked up before the show what saving $1 would do to you. And it was $1 per year, right, John? You did $1 every year.
Yep.
And John, what did $1 every year add up to at the end? Give me like 50 years out.
50 years, it says it's going to be worth $416.67.
So whoop-de-freaking do, right? If you tell me if I save that dollar, it's going to make me $416 in 50 years, I'm going to go, really? I don't care. Like $416 is not going to move the needle. If that's going to be make or break for me in 50 years, I got more things to be concerned about. But now when we're talking about the Starbucks coffee and we're talking about all this other stuff and we take Starbucks coffee at $5 times 30, that's $150 a month. We got maybe a gym membership that we never use and we're going to, I don't know, a nice fancy gym. We never go there, or we could go to, even if we do go there, we could go to a less fancy gym. My wife is part of a gym that costs her, because of her company or the insurance plan, costs her $10 a month, well, that's worth it. But she could become part of a fancy gym and that would be, $60 to $80 a month. So now we start adding that stuff up, it's $150. Now you got another, $50, and we got our dish TV, and that's another $100. Now all of a sudden we got $300 a month, or maybe even more, times, let's call that 12 times that 400, and what'd you call it? 416.
Yeah.
416. Now it's $1.5 million. Okay. So now in 50 years, if I could have cut out the Starbucks, if I could have stopped wasting my money on the gym that I never went to, and I could just maybe work out at home, go for a run, swim in a lake, whatever other activities I can do. Or maybe instead of spending $60, spend $10. Instead of that dish TV, you can get a watch the bunny ears, or stop watching TV. Maybe better yet. Or, if you really like that's part of your life, get the Netflix for $10 or whatever it costs. So there's other options, is what I'm trying to say. And so instead of now spending that extra $300 a month, now if you can save that, that becomes $1.5 million. And I don't know what interest rate are they using to say that clearly in there? Something small. It's like 5% or something, like 6%, something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, and they call that's the nominal value, and then there's a lot of different parts to this chart. There's also the real value, different factors like inflation go into this, but yeah, I think, yeah, we should bring it up. And there's a lot of other things. Netflix actually, the price is going up of that one, but a lot of times people don't just get Netflix; they also want to get Hulu, and they want to get, the subscription to this and that, to make sure they're getting all the shows. So, these different things can add up a lot.
Yeah, and I think that's a big kind of trick, if you want to call it, is that we got these monthly subscriptions, and it kind of tricks your brain, right? Because you go, well, it's $10 a month. That's easy. I can do that. Or it's $50 a month. Well, that's easy. I can do that. But if that same thing, if Netflix said you got to sign up for us, instead of being $10, it's $6,000, and that'll give you 50 years worth of Netflix. Well, it's $10 a month for 50 years, but it's $6,000. How many people would sign up for it? Very few, right? Very few people would go, here, I'll write you that $6,000 check. Here it is. But $10 a month, I can do that. That's easy. So if take our phones, I mean, shoot, most people's phones, I think my wife and I, our phone bill alone is like, it's over $100. That adds up like $1,200 a year. And now it's more than 100, $1,200 a year, 50 years, that's $60,000. I mean, I'm going to write Verizon a check for $60,000 today. Heck no, nobody would. If Verizon said, give us $60,000 today and we'll get you your phone service, not your phone service. Here you go. And now what did Verizon and a lot of these companies do? Now, instead of buying your phone for whatever, they used to give you deals and all kinds of stuff. Now you lease your phone. And instead of paying, $600 up front, now you're paying whatever, $50 a month. So it's another thing to kind of reel you in a little bit and get people to, it's easy for that mind to say, oh, it's only $50, it's only $20, it's only $10, whatever it is. I'll pay that, no problem.
Yep. Well, and some of these things are very necessary, like your phone. In this day and age, you got to have a phone if you're going to be in business. And even going back to your example of a gym membership, I'm considering getting a gym membership because just my situation in my house I don't have a good setup to have my own like home gym or whatever. So I think, it's important to think about this and then just, figure out what the best option is out there. Because, maybe reprice your phone plan out every year or whenever, however frequent is right for you. But, these things can change and some, you just got to figure out which ones to go with. So,
Well, let's talk about the gym membership, John, that you just mentioned you're thinking about getting. And I've thought about getting a gym membership too, because I like to work out, and I've never actually done a gym membership. I've been kind of a runner. And now I just don't run as much anymore. I can't, honestly. It, it's just breaks down my body too much. I still like to run, but I just can't do it as much as I used to. So I've been thinking about a gym membership. Well, let's talk about gym membership, right? There's Lifetime Fitness is around us. And I'm not going to slam on Lifetime because it might be the best gym in the world, but their memberships are quite expensive. I know that. I don't know the pricing of them, but I know they're probably closer to like 50 to 75 bucks a month, maybe even more. You got a sign on fee, you got all that kind of stuff. So when you add it all up, it's going to be pretty expensive. Okay. So you can go with them, or there's other gyms like a Snap Fitness, even an LA Fitness. My wife's part of LA Fitness. That's the gym that she is on. And it's got a decent amount of stuff. And I think it's like 30 or 40 bucks a month. But because of her insurance, it's only 10 bucks a month. So which one are you going to choose? Are you going to choose the Lifetime? Or are you going to choose the cheaper gym? Um, and and why? I mean, you're right. There's value potential. We might choose the LA because of the amazing value, but if we're trying to figure out how to be financially free, maybe picking the other gym potentially could be a better option.
yeah, for sure. And for me, I think there's a lot of different factors like convenience to, a lot of people will get these gym memberships, but they don't go because it's inconvenient or it's out of the way or whatever. So for me, one of the factors I want to make sure it's like on the way to work or, easily reachable. So it's, and then I think for me as well, if I'm paying for something, it's, you know, I'm going to take advantage and make sure I'm using it. So
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
there's definitely those cheaper options. So definitely want to make sure you're using your money wisely there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, right. This isn't meant to like slam people for spending any of their money, because I mean, you're earning your money, right? But if most people that are listening to this want to create financial freedom, and if you're serious about creating financial freedom, you need to be serious about what you spend. And you need to spend less than what you make. That's pretty obvious if you ever want to get ahead. But the more you can make over what you spend, the better, right? And so that's the ultimate goal. So if instead of spending that $10, membership, or getting that $5, Caribou Coffee or Starbucks or whatever, instead of getting the phone with unlimited internet, you can cut it down a little bit and maybe not watch as many YouTube videos on your phone, or make sure that you got Wi-Fi at least available. We could save some money there, here and there. Um, Now all of a sudden, instead of buying one multifamily, we can buy two. Instead of, we can get it going a little bit faster. We can be accelerating our investing. One of the things that my wife and I did, and this is because I was crazy and I forced her to, but anytime we would want to get a vehicle, and we wanted to do a loan on a vehicle, we would have to buy a rental property. And that rental property had to at least cover the payment of the vehicle. So for us, it wasn't let's go buy a vehicle and then find a rental property. It was let's go find a rental property and then a vehicle. And so just the mindset of trying to make sure you're taking care of essentially your investments first is going to, in my opinion, get you a lot further along.
Yeah, definitely. So if you're going to be adding more to your expenses, make sure that your income is increasing more than what you're adding on your expense side.
Yep. And ultimately, it's all about what are you trying to achieve, right? If you're just trying to achieve being able to spend as much money as possible, spending all your income, well, then go and do all that stuff that we've said not to do. But if your goal is ultimately financial freedom, maybe giving back, all that kind of stuff, well, then you got to be cognizant of what you're spending and really pay attention to it.
Yep. Cool. Well, to our listeners and viewers, if you got some input on this, like what are examples where you have seen and implemented, spending less while still, getting the things that you need, for example, the phone bill example, or what things are important that, you can pay more money for it and you're getting enough value for that higher dollar item, and what's the trade-off there. So love to continue the conversation either on Facebook, or you can go ahead and comment on our YouTube video. You can also give us feedback on the iTunes platform there as well.
Absolutely, man. Cool. Well, thanks, John. Appreciate it. You have a fantastic rest of the day. Make every day Saturday.
You too.
Hey, thanks for listening to the show. Couple things before we go. Again, go on to our Facebook page, Pillars of Wealth. We'd love to have you on there. Go on to iTunes, give us a rating and review, and subscribe to the show. Also, don't forget, reach out to me if you want any help with potentially growing your business, and reach out to John Stiles to help you buy or sell real estate. Thanks for listening. We appreciate it. Have a fantastic the rest of the day. And as I say, make every day a Saturday.